And good morning, everybody. Hoo-hoo, baby boy. What a day, what a day, what a day. I'm Bart Winkler. This is the Bart Winkler Show. This is the live post-game YouTube, which serves as the Monday, January 2nd, 2023 stream. So it's officially our first show of 2023. Can't believe I've made it this long. 75 episodes in the year 2022. And it's happy to start with a real fun one that we are in store for as the Packers beat the Vikings. So this is Monday's show. It's going to be all Packers. Tuesday's show will be Bucks and college football and some voicemails and some other stuff. That is going to be taped the night of Sunday. So if you're listening to this on Monday morning, you can watch some of Tuesday's show. Who cares? I mean, I care. And I think you should care. That's what I'm telling you. So on Sunday, this is my Packers show on YouTube. I'm doing a Bucks show later on YouTube. My Sunday is going to be my Monday show. My Bucks is going to be my Tuesday show with some other stuff that I'm going to add throughout the day. All right. Anyway, good to be here. This is exciting. The Packers beat the Vikings, and there's a lot to talk about. 41-17. Oh, I missed a touchdown at the end there. Who scored? Doesn't matter. Oh, Osborne. Okay. As long as it wasn't Hawkinson. So Packers beat the Vikings 41-17. Essentially, it was over at 41-3. And this was just a massive destruction. And I'll say a couple of things. First of all, I'm all the way back in. This has been a tough year for a lot of Packer fans. I hope you guys heard on the broadcast, Tony Romo was like, who thought they were going to be here? Who thought they were going to be here? They were going to have one game left to decide their playoff fate. And a lot of you said that you did, but I don't believe that you did. And this was the year where I was like, we're not just being Packer fans to be Packer fans. There's to be some logic, and it can't just be hopium. Well, the hopium worked. And so I'm wrong. On a scale of 1 to 10 parade cheers, how back in am I? My fandom's a 10. And then we'll see what happens. And I'll just say this because I got people. I'm not eating no Favre toy. You knew I wasn't gonna. Sorry. So let's move on from that. I just need a clip for the next day's show. I've only been how I feel, and this team's been upsetting to me. But I feel so good right now. And if that makes me a douche, it makes me a douche. But I'm just being the fan that I am. And that's all I can be. As soon as I saw Brady punch his ticket in, as soon as I saw that, I thought, we got to get in. We got to get in. And then it's the Vikings, so I'm never going to root against the Packers and the Vikings. Amos says, many people were in with the Packers. Media personalities weren't, and suspiciously on the same page. Yeah, we all get together. We bicker with each other, all of us guys. We bicker with each other, but then we get together and just laugh at rubes. And I'm surprised they still allow me into these meetings. But we just make fun of you. Oh, and all we do is talk about Rodgers and COVID. We liked Rodgers until he didn't take the shot. That was all it was. Joe is in Iowa. What's up, Joe? I'm just messing around. Hey,
What's
Joe.
up, Bart? How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. That's a really good win. The playoffs essentially started today once we saw Washington lose.
I mean, they started a couple weeks ago. Yeah, with Washington's loss for sure. I mean, that was a stressful game, and I've never cared about a game like that before in my life. But here we are.
Yeah.
I guess I was listening to your show a couple weeks ago, and some jerk called in and was like, he was ready to write off the Packers and just like switch to the Niners. But I don't know who that guy was, but.
Yeah, he looked a lot like you.
Here in Iowa, we are like all in on this Packers playoff push. Tyler's back there with me.
Hey, Tyler. Is that a Tunyon jersey?
Tunyon jersey.
Nice.
Odie,
is that a cardboard cutout of Jesus?
It is.
And he's got a Packer hat on.
Packers hat on. I can't explain that. I actually turned to my wife today and was like, we just got a cardboard cutout of Jesus in our house, and this is just a thing that we have now. So, yeah.
It's a new edition?
Yeah, it was her 40th birthday a couple weeks ago, and
happy birthday.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's it's just Jesus. He's here now through the playoff push. So
Sometimes radio people will be like, "Oh, thanks for inviting us into your homes," but you're really inviting me into your home.
there's a lot. I could, we'll see how long this goes. I'll choose a different room every time that I call in over this playoff push, and we'll see where we end up.
How you doing, Joe? How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling really excited. That game was fun. We haven't had a game like that this whole season.
No, I'm really pumped up. That first half, especially just making a field goal at the end for like no reason.
Right. That's how this whole season should have gone. Every game should have felt like that. But we got the win. We needed the win. We needed the Washington loss. And now a buddy of mine texted me. He's like, he's a Kansas City fan, but he's like, oh, Packers are putting her in the purple. I was like, this game's over. I'm already stressed out for next week.
Yeah. Well, tell Jesus thanks for saving our lives and our playoff run, I guess.
You could also wish him happy birthday. I mean, it's still
happy belated, JC.
There you go. All right. Appreciate it. Hey, we'll talk to you after the Packers beat the Lions next week.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Joe. So I'm gonna I got Q here, and I think are you in Green Bay?
What's up, Bart?
Where are you?
I'm at Lambeau. I can't hear you. This isn't working.
I'm not saying anything. I haven't said anything.
I need a fork.
Yeah, you need a fork. Interview people.
Yeah, it was a good game. Tony in Texas was right. The Packers are the best team in the world. So, yeah, I need a fork.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, how was the game? I thought the crowd seemed like not shitty right away. I was happy. The crowd seemed good.
What was that?
The crowd seemed like it was good right away.
The crowd was good. The crowd was good.
Call me later.
I don't think this. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bud. Cute. Hey, he's at Lambeau. So we've got boots on the ground. Matt is in the Falls.
Yes, I am.
I got Tony in Texas. Should I bring you both in?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll do a little three-way. Tony's sitting like up. Look at you, Tony. Tony's like upright and sitting. Best posture. Okay. Posture, boys. All right. So the Packers won tonight. And I think that one thing that the three of us have talked about is, we wanted the Packers to, I don't know about we. Look, I've been all over the map. Nobody hold me accountable on anything I've said before today, okay? Is that fair?
Hey, your own dad is up your ass. You see that?
Yeah, he's tweeting at me, yeah.
Got to enjoy the ride. And, Matt, I hope you had a happy New Year's, Matt.
I did. I had a great New Year's. How was your night?
It was great. Watched some good college football. And
nice.
Got to see this nice little ass kicking of the Vikings. So, Matt, like I said before, and I know you're a good guy, just a little bit off on this take that you had about 6 weeks ago, is that the NFL is mediocre, Matt. The NFL is mediocre. It's a lot of parity. When you have a Hall of Fame quarterback and some young players and some people that have been underachieving that are now raising their game, you got a chance. That's why you don't lose. And that's what's going on right now. This team has got momentum. They're playing right now their best football. They're getting healthy. They're one of the healthiest teams in the league. There's only two things right now I see they really need to work on: red zone offense and their passing game. Their passing game's a little discombobulated still. But other than that, defensively, they're making turnovers, Bart, like we said they could. And that was their best game of the year.
Yeah, the first half, if we're just going to talk about the game specifically, as soon as that fake punt happened, I didn't think the Vikings were going to score. Dude, this team is fraudulent. I know they all like hate that word and it triggers them and stuff, but it's true. That's why everyone says it. And they couldn't punch it in there. And then the Packers have the kick return right away, and then a pick six. I mean, this thing was over before it started. And now some Vikings fans will try to pretend like they didn't care as much or whatever, but you had a chance to end the Packers season. If the Vikings care about one thing, it's the Packers. They'd rather see, and I don't blame them for it, but they'd rather see us lose than like them win. Their best moment of the last 40 years was a divisional round game that they won at the last second with Case Keenum. And then watching us lose. And that's why to start, I threw up the background of Favre losing to the Saints because, you know, we relish in their pain too. But they had a chance to knock us out, and they have a chance at the 1 seed. You know, the Eagles are just kind of limping into the finish line here, and the Vikings just totally didn't show up. Jefferson was obviously flustered. We'll talk about Jair later. He almost should have got kicked out. I mean, he touched an official in a way. But they were pissed, man. They were getting chippy and they were pissed. So I just want to kill that narrative before it starts.
Yeah, they're not a threat at all. If you look at the two defenses right now and look at the line play, defensive line, offensive line, I know the Vikings had a lot of injuries right now in the offensive line. And we're down Rashawn Gary. No one talks about that. And still making an impact on the pass rush. This Packer team right now is playing its best football. They're getting the turnovers. Jair Alexander, we've ragged on this guy for weeks, Bart. The guy came through, played his best game as a Packer, or arguably his best game as a Packer. He set the narrative, and it took us bitching about the defense for Joe Barry to finally switch things up. And they did it. And look what
this is such a good defense. And this is why I said in the summer, the defense is going to have 3 games that are going to make you cry, tears of joy. And they had like 3 in a row. So the defense is so talented. They just have to get out of their own way. Actually, Joe Barry needs to get out of their way. Matt, I'll bring this comment in because this is reflecting on us. Single male in Milwaukee says, just popped in. Did I miss the 2 fraudulent guys in the top 2 windows? That'd be Matt in the Falls and myself. Talk about how this was a bad win, referring to when Matt didn't like wins because it hurts draft picks, and just my general nonsense vibe throughout the season. If you want to address that first, Matt.
Yes, I am 100% in. I'm all in. The tables have turned. This is not the same football team that we saw 5, 6, whatever weeks ago that lost 3 or 4 games in a row. I don't know what's changed. I don't know who's kicking whose ass, who's lighting a fire under who's behind or whatever.
You are a bigger man than I am. I give you props for saying that. But I think to answer your question, I think Nixon's been that spark. He's been their Desmond Howard.
It's a great comparison and a worthy one because it's basically what he's been and done.
It's just too bad that it took until like week 13 or whatever it was to figure out that he's the answer back there. Not the guy that we waived.
Right? What you said originally, Bart, is the coaching was, I mean, they're very reactive. It took them 10 weeks to react. And finally, they cut Amari Rodgers. They make the move with Nixon. They're changing their defensive schemes up. They're getting healthy. Bakhtiari's back, finally. Elkin Jenkins, they got some good karma there. He just signed a contract. They got a lot of good things going right now. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't know. But I love, like my good friend Paul Imig, we both love theater. This is great live theater, man. This is just amazing. If Rodgers and this team could pull this off and get to the playoffs, and then I said this a couple of weeks ago, no one wants to play the Packers. They don't want to play. Rodgers is not even playing his best ball. If they get Rodgers going, hey, they got a shot, man. They got a shot. That's all you can ask for.
I'm going to keep this a white boy party. I got me, Matt in the Falls, Tony in Texas, hot take Jake all here at once.
Oh, wow.
Jake, before I get to you, everything you just said, Tony, I see Jake's tiny face at the bottom of my screen saying like, okay, Jake, I'll give you your piece in a moment. What I want to say, did I not get the StreamYard link in there? Here's the StreamYard link. What I want to say is the reason that I've been so upset about the Packers for most of the season is because they've been bad. And they've been not living up to their potential. And you can say like the last 5 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, they were 4-8. And they weren't 4-8 like because of being reverse frauds like the Vikings. They weren't a good football team that was losing games. They were blowing leads to shitty teams who then we needed to they lost to the Zach Wilson-led Jets at one point this season. Okay, they lost some really bad games to some really bad teams, and I just thought at 4-8, the stuff Rodgers was playing like an asshole. LaFleur was coaching like a I don't want to overswear, I guess. I'm deciding what's a worse word, a least worst word, pussy or bitch, but he wasn't coaching well. And so I'm trying to figure out what is this team? And I'm looking at them at 4-8 saying, this team we've seen through 12 games, they're no fun to root for. They're no good. And then there's a little section of people that say, well, it's never over because it's over. I go, well, what's your reasoning? That I just believe in my Packers. And as washed in the Packer green and gold as I am, as much as I'm an owner like the next guy, I mean, that's just ridiculous. You can't look at a 4-8 team and then Rodgers comes in and he's all like, hey, remember when I said run the table 8 years ago? We're still in it. He's trying to do the same swagger. I'm like, screw you, man. I ain't falling for this. And then they went and won a bunch of games in a row, and everything they needed to have happen happened. And so for a while, I was mad at Rodgers, and I'm like, I ain't about this guy. And then for the last couple of weeks, I was rooting against all you people that are so blind on hopium. But guess what? Give me a dose, because I'm there now, okay? Because anything can happen now. This team pride, they don't deserve the chance that they got. They're going to be a 9-8 football team. There were better teams in the NFC than them, but they all pissed in their pants. So then the Packers, the last month had a shitty schedule in front of them, and they said, well, let's just barely win these games. And then when Minnesota comes to town and we control our own destiny, let's kick the shit out of them. So that's what happened. That's where we got here. I regret nothing. I'm eating no toys. I'm very happy. Go Pack Go. G-Force, Super Bowl. What else am I supposed to say? Jake, hot take Jake.
Well,
first, where are you? Hold on. Where are you with a big red wall?
This is where me and the lady get down to business.
Oh, the red room.
Oh,
yeah.
The red is.
You ever see 50 Shades of Grey, man?
I've seen 50 Shades of Chuck. I haven't seen 50 Shades of Grey.
We make that shit look like the Disney Channel. Okay.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm married, dude. You know how long it's been for me? It's been a dry spell. Maybe that's why I'm always so angry.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my first shade of gray.
It's like an off-white for you, Bart.
Yeah.
First thing, I just want to say, like, of course that was fun. Anytime you kick the shit out of Minnesota, particularly because, like, it's not just the Vikings, it's their fucking announcer and their fucking fan base, and like everything about them is just like blowhard bullshit. So like, yes, that was fun. I mean, I'm not gonna get super, super excited about it. Like, they still have to beat Detroit. That's not a given. And I mean, we all said Minnesota was frauds coming in. So like, okay, you beat a not so great football team, so that's cool. But I mean, Bart, you're doing it to yourself, man. As long as San Francisco is alive, Green Bay's not doing anything. They got to get that monkey off their back.
Buddy, they beat their ass. I mean, they kicked their ass.
Yeah, it was fun.
What makes you, Jake? Were you a cool kid in high school or something?
I've always been cool, man.
Yeah, you're a cool kid, right, man? Nothing rattles you, Jake. I know you, Jake.
I just have the balls to say things that they hide in the back of people's mind, but they don't want to actually say it.
Enjoy this shit, man.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it while it was happening, but like
someone on Twitter just told me that I can't enjoy it for everything I've said. Well, guess what? I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy it more than any of you fucks.
Good.
Because I experienced the hate. And the opposite of hate is love.
I'm looking out for you.
Because I hate the Packers more than anyone, I love them more than anyone.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You hate one.
I'm just looking out for Bart because he's doing it to himself, what a lot of people are doing to themselves right now. They're getting that late season excitement that always happens to Packer fans, and then they'll sneak into the playoffs, and then they're just going to get the absolute shit kicked out of them. But I did want to say, imagine how good this Packers team could be if they had a good quarterback.
Hey, I will say.
Ray says this stream needs some seasoning. Hey, anyone's welcome to come in.
Yeah, I'll drop. But hey, Jake, I will agree with you there. Rodgers did not play his best game. He's
Right.
got to be better. He's got to be better. For them to have a shot, he's got to be Hall of Fame Aaron Rodgers, not mediocre Aaron Rodgers.
And it's the frustrating thing is like it's little mistakes. Like he just throws behind a guy, but it's been happening so often this year where he's constantly missing these gimmies. And like that's the kind of shit in a playoff game when you got to play a 13-10 game, or that's the stuff that can come back to bite you when you need to control the ball, move the chains. And Jesus freaking, can I just say, I'm so like, yes, that was a fun game. But again, can they just like in a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and 1, like just run the ball and move the chains and not throw the NFL blitz bomb? What is their obsession with that? Can somebody fucking explain it to me?
That's what Zach says right here. I mean, the overthrows on 3rd and short, they're just give up plays, like you said, Jake. I'm with you on that. They got to get better on that. They got to get better in the red zone. But there is a lot to like about this team. And back to your point about the 49ers, Jake, they got a 3rd-string quarterback in there. If we can stop the run, we are getting better against the run. If we can stop the run and make the 49ers pass, you saw what Kirk Cousins did today, right? What do you have, 3-4 picks? You got it. That's how you beat the 49ers. Get the lead, stop the run. That's what
My
they got.
argument.
Turnovers.
Exactly.
My argument to that is how much better than a 3rd-string quarterback is Jimmy Garoppolo? And what does it matter when Jimmy Garoppolo had to throw like 6 passes?
Wait, Jake, you're not feeling any joy today?
I enjoyed the game during it because.
So you're just where like I was maybe 2 weeks ago. Like now, look at all these clowns.
I'm not going to let them fool me and break my heart again. Okay, until they get that monkey off their back.
I take the heart out. I put it right on this table. I say, you stomp on this thing. Because it's a new year, new me. Okay, this is a new year. I'm willing to be more out there than ever. I'm willing to get my heart trampled more. I'm willing to fully embrace this team since I didn't know what downloads were going to look like in January. And if we have a playoff football team, I'm probably going to do decent numbers and be able to do this a little longer. Okay, so that's where I'm happy today. Okay.
Yeah, and you're national Bart now.
Yeah, I got a little CBS shifts in behind me. Don't know what my next one is. One more point from all of you. Anything else you guys want to say?
Go ahead. I'll let
Matt
you first.
I wanna clarify that when I was negative, I don't think I was wrong, and I think that I think that the football team has changed.
But Matt,
I'm sorry.
No, Matt, that is absolutely right. That absolutely makes sense. You can be right about something. You can look back in time and say, well, he was wrong about that. You could have been proven wrong, but at the time he could have been right.
Because when I was upset about the Cowboys game, we then lost like 3 or 4 more games in a row. So
we lost one game.
If you think the earth is flat, then that's how you're going to travel and navigate the earth. But once you realize it's round, then you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah,
we didn't know that this defense could do anything with Joe Barry leading it, and we didn't know
we get Baker Mayfield here in the cold.
I just want to say I wasn't laughing at Matt. It was just kind of like that statement reminds me of like the political world today, where somebody can be like, "I'm 100% wrong, but I wasn't."
But he's right about not being wrong.
Correct.
Yes, at the time we were really bad, and now we have become better.
Yeah, and you can't. Feelings aren't right and wrong. Feelings are feelings.
This is true.
Yeah.
Tony, it was not wrong of me to be very down on this team that had no receivers, no defense, a questionable running game, and Aaron Rodgers playing poorly. But now they are all playing better, and now I have changed my tune, and I'm all in. I'm ready for next week.
I'm all in.
I'm ready
Tony
for
and
the playoffs.
Flexus is all in. I'm all in.
I'm ready.
Hot take, Jake, not all in.
Well, okay. I got a couple quick things, and I'll let you guys go. Again, people may call me overly negative, but I have reasonings for being negative. Again, this team, this is what they do. They get your hopes up and then just absolutely rip it away from you. So fool me 6 times, shame on you. Fool me 7 times, shame on me. Okay. So yes, if they beat San Francisco, then I'm all in. Until then, But on a positive note, Bucks are about to put in some work here. with their G League team. Marjan's going to get his first 20-point game of the season. They're going to win.
That's the team you ought to worry about.
We'll talk about that later tonight.
Let's talk about that later.
Back on later tonight if you guys are in.
Well,
I'm back, baby.
I'll be back.
All right,
I'm ready
later,
for the
dudes.
Joe Ingles discourse.
all right, keep me for 1 second.
Yeah.
One
See you,
moment.
Jake.
All right. Hey, as a
And I'm going to add to the quad box Jim in Chicago.
hey, Jim.
And Q.
Q sounds sober.
So now I have Tony in Texas. Yeah, Q. Very slurred Q.
I'm here.
And then Jim in Chicago. Tony, finish your point.
All right. Hey, Bart, as a sports guy, you know you got to make takes. You got to see things, how you
No. As a fan, you have feelings. That's it.
Well, anyway, I knew that this team could get healthy and get on a run. They got Rodgers. The players weren't being utilized right. You were right. The defense was just all messed up because Barry wasn't using these guys right, and now they are. So the NFC is mediocre. They got a shot. So that's all you can ask for. And
I'm with you.
Go Pack, go! Happy New Year, Bart. Happy New Year, guys. And we'll talk soon.
All right, see you, Tony. Tony in Texas. I got now with me wearing a lot of Packer gear at Lambeau, Q on the right over there in the middle in front of his Packer flag with the G shirt on. Jim in Chicago. I don't know why I'm wearing this Sabres hat.
It's
Q,
all
Q, I'll put the Bucks hat on that you were wearing the other day.
Yeah.
I'll put that on.
I like that, Bart.
I'll put that on.
I'm all in now. I like what Tony was right. I was wrong.
Well, I'm not going to play around with 1%. But now they control their own destiny. I don't know when this game's going to be yet. As of right now, there's some weird Saturday games for some reason.
tell you what.
What's that, Jim?
If it's a Saturday game, I'm going for sure.
You're going?
Oh, I got to. How can you
Last year they did these Saturday games and it was like meaningless games. So they might just be testing like what will people watch, you know? So I don't know. I don't know that they put the seating, the meaningful ones on Saturday. Maybe if something needs to happen Saturday for a team on Sunday. Because how are the Seahawks still alive? Do they need the Lions to win? And how are they still alive? I'll look all that up. Q, tell me about your experience tonight.
It was fun. I stood most of the game, never got yelled at. I haven't been to a game in 2 or 3 years, but every game before that, if I stood up, I got yelled at. So it was a good game. And I'm just saying, like, Tony in Texas was right all along. I feel like I'm gonna take all the heat. Tony was right. Like, all we have to do is beat the Lions and we're in. So yeah. Go Barry, go LaFleur. Like, Rodgers was right. This is it. Let's all.
What's the vibe in Green Bay like right now? Because like tomorrow, nobody's working tomorrow.
So I would say, surprisingly, it was at least 30% Vikings fans. Like right now,
Really?
the parking lot I'm in, all I see is purple, which is pretty exciting because they're all salty AF. So, Jim, what's the feeling in Chicago?
The feeling in Chicago is this team was done months ago, so they don't really give a crap one way or the other, you know. But I'm guessing, why don't you just tell all those Vikings fans, hey, have a fun ride home on Highway 8 tonight, and watch out for.
Have a fun ride home on Highway 8. I got an eye roll.
Yeah, watch out for deer and says hi to your folks for me.
Say hi to your folks. Yeah, no, for real. There's like a lot of 22 and like, look at it. Here's some more Vikings fans. So
Ask them how they. Hey, did you have a good time?
Yeah. You guys ready for the playoffs? Giants? Yeah, we are. Yeah, they keep saying, "Are you in the playoffs?" So,
Well, we're not yet, but
we're not. But
we're acting like we are.
Are the Vikings ever in the playoffs? I don't know.
We're gonna pretend we are.
No,
So I gotta catch my shuttle, but
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm losing you.
we'll see you guys later.
All right, see ya. Q is frozen. All right, Jimmy, how you doing, bud? How's the game? You've been pretty optimistic throughout. I mean, we don't need to talk about who believed in what. I would like to talk about the game some 30 minutes into this thing, but it was a good game. You got to be feeling pretty good.
Oh, incredible game. Little known fact to all the people out there. I am an alumnus of the University of Minnesota. So I have several of my former classmates messaging and texting me before the game. So clearly I feel really, really good about this game. And to basically bitch slap the Vikings is always a good thing. Doesn't matter where we're going. So feeling really good about our spot right now. I mean, what was it? 5-6 weeks ago, we were playing the Jim Mora playoffs meme. And now all of a sudden we control our own destiny. This is a good thing.
So you live in Chicago and went to Minnesota? What's wrong with you?
I'm weird. I'm very weird, and I have several deficiencies. So yeah, so that's kind of where I live. It's weird.
Okay. Well, I feel fine about that. I'm trying to figure out how Seattle can get into the playoffs. This is really bugging me. All right, so if the Packers because we haven't not seen yet, and so maybe this is a waste of time, but live in the moment, we haven't seen yet what the Sunday night's game is going to be next week. I probably think they're going to go Titans-Jags because the Lions can win and not get in the postseason.
Really?
If the Lions win, I'm doing the ESPN thing right now.
All right. If
the Lions beat us, they need Seattle to lose.
Okay.
So otherwise so it's not, I thought it was Lions Packers, winner gets in, but it is not.
Right. Okay.
If the Packers win, they're in. They've controlled their own destiny. We knew that was going to be the case. They control their own destiny. So the Seahawks need us to lose.
Okay. Who are they playing? Are they playing the Niners?
They're hosting the Rams.
Oh, that's right. I don't know how they can not win against the Rams. The Rams suck.
Because everyone else is in. Everyone else is in. The Eagles right now have the 1 seed. The Niners would have the 2 seed. We can only grab the 7 seed. So we would likely be going to San Francisco or maybe Philly or possibly Minnesota.
Right.
That's all up in the air. The Buccaneers, of course, they got in. Dallas looks likely to go there unless they win the NFC East. Somehow they could do that.
Right.
So that'll probably be, I'm going to guess for Saturday, they're going to go the NFC East games and then try to help knock down the seeding. I'm just trying to figure out what they're going to do before, the NFL. They'll probably have a schedule release show at noon on Monday when
that's true.
This is happening.
The only reason so I actually have next week off. So it's a beautiful thing being where I am. But the week after, so next Saturday, Sunday, if we could get the Saturday game, I'd go up to Green Bay in a heartbeat. But
I really don't think we're gonna. But who knows?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But you know what? Hey, like I said, we're in a position where we can get into the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens. I just watched the last few minutes of that Niners-Raiders game, and I don't see any reason why we can't compete with them, even if we have to go out there to the West Coast. I don't understand. We could do it.
Oh, the Niners, did they win in overtime?
They did. They
Okay,
did.
I missed the end of that.
Yeah, there was, Jertz did him through a pick, and then, they got it. But the Niners gave up like 300 or 400 yards of offense. So they're not infallible either,
Jim, I hope you can go to the game regardless. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know what? Great to hear you on the national broadcast earlier this week.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. What night was that?
Oh, man, I think it was your
Friday?
Second night in. Yeah.
Yeah, I did Thursday, a Friday, a Tuesday. I don't know when I'm scheduled again next, but I'm looking forward to doing it again. It's fun.
Hey, you know what? Drop it in your Facebook again because I definitely want to call in. And you know what? Big things are happening for you, Bart. You know what? You were great, and you're an awesome broadcaster, and I know it's all going to work out, man.
Oh, all right. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Take care, bud.
See ya. That's Jim in Chicago. from Jim to Tim at McGuire's. This will be short-lived. Whoa, Tim. Hey, Zach's giving us golden chicken dinner. Whoa, Zachy. Thanks, buddy.
Can you hear the music in the background?
How many people are there tonight?
Can you hear the music in the background? Wow. 7.
Don't play too much of it because then I'm going to get copyright claims.
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep muting it. So go ahead, talk. What do you got for me?
Do you have any? It's not how this works. Do you have anything for me?
Great game. Probably the best game of the year. That's how we expected the Packers defense to play this entire year going into the year. So it's nice that they showed up in week, 17?
Yes.
Other than
Are you
that,
going to a Bucs game tonight? Nobody's playing.
yeah. Someone offered, actually, me tickets, and I said no, thank you.
You going to be on my Bucs post game tonight?
I'll be on the Bucs, yeah.
I just got to see. I set a DraftKings lineup. Got to see if it's. If my
Who are you
guys-
going to start? Jordan Wara? Go start Jordan Wara.
No, he didn't even play the other night.
Bochamp.
He's not starting. All right, this is not. I don't. You call me later.
What did you say? Sorry.
I can't hear you. You
it's
can't hear
so
me.
loud in here, Bart.
Yeah, call me later tonight.
All right. I just wanted to let you know. You know, it's packed. Goodbye.
Show me the bar.
Yeah, okay. How do I flip my camera?
Holy fuck!
I don't know how to flip. Hold on. I don't know. It doesn't let me flip.
Oh, maybe not on StreamYard. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, talk to me later.
Here.
Yeah, there's one guy there. 2. Jeez. Oh, try to figure. I got to talk to you anyway. We got to lock down a date for our.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Yeah. We'll talk tonight. I'll be on the Bucs.
Okay.
I'll talk to you after the Bucs game.
All right.
Goodbye.
Yeah. McGuire's is one bar where you actually can hear the music because there's nobody else there to talk to drown it over. All right, let me take my breath for a minute. And again, you can join in on the StreamYard. You can join in. You can make comments. I got a lot of comments to go through here. Talking Packers Vikings after this win. After what was a season where we've talked about it. Look, here we are is where we are. I mean, you got to be where your feet are. Is what they used to always tell me. Be where your feet are. And our feet are. Packers win next week and they are in. Packers win next week and they are in. Jake likes to hear me swear. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah, I'd say bitch on the air. Fuck. I do want to keep it a little cleaner. Some of the Packer ones, the Horvat ones, get real sweary. So that's bad. Jair, let me talk about Jair for a second. Jair does the gritty. And I absolutely loved it. In that moment, I loved it. I've been so mad at Jair all year long. I've been so mad at Jair for cocking off when they're down 17. I've been so mad at Jair for running his mouth when nobody asked him to. But this is who Jair's always been. I forgot when he got drafted out of Louisville, there was that video of him like doing a chicken walk or something. Jair's always been this way. And I like it when I like it, and then I don't when I don't. So I feel more hypocritical about Jair than I do about Rodgers. No, I just flat out don't like Rodgers. I liked when he scored. And then, of course, I got a text from Horvat, Aaron Rodgers, bitch. He like everyone that comes at Horvat for loving Rodgers so much, he takes that out on me. I'm the guy he takes it out on. Probably because I'm one of the louder critics. But I love that when Jair did the gritty right by Justin Jefferson because he was not – that was the thing. He didn't cover Jefferson in week 1. So when he says 9 of 81 and 2 touchdowns is a fluke, we saw that defense. We saw where Preston Smith was on Justin Jefferson instead of Jair. Although then that happened tonight, and I think there was a sack. This defense, man, you look at it on paper, they are so good. They are so good, and now they found these other guys like a Ford or even Nixon, the way that they last year found Campbell and Douglas. But you got to let the players play. And you got to go to their strengths. With that first half from the defense, that first half in general, the offense wasn't doing much. Rodgers had a touchdown in the first half. And then, Jones was running well. But it was the or the kick return, and it was the defense. It was the pick six. It was the missed field goals. The Vikings not being able to capitalize. It was the goal line stand. That's why it was so fun. It was all about the defense. And you've got this great defense, and I would always say that Joe Barry's the one guy that could come in here. He's the worst defensive coordinator for him because you've got all these pieces, and he doesn't know where to put them. Anybody else could have come in here and been a defensive coordinator. Even idiot Ed Donatel, who was like, oh, he was just the Packers coordinator recently. He was the coordinator here in like 2003, dude. He's still in the league in his mid-60s. Ed Donatel for the Vikings with the last-rated pass defense in the league right now. So I just wanted this defense at some point to play, not even up to their potential, but to be put in the right place where they could play up to their potential. And then in the second half, everything that was working in the first, they go away from, but the players they're better than the scheme. The players are getting better than the scheme. Kenny Clark's like, I don't care what's going on behind me. I don't care if you're letting Justin Jefferson roam free now. I don't care if you're going to let Hawkinson get 8 catches today. I'm going to plow through this broke-ass offensive line that lost 2 guys in the first drive, and I'm going to just knock the ball out of Kirk's hand and then lay on the football. And that was the encouraging part, seeing the defense play the way that you knew they could play. On paper, they are a very good defense. They have not played like it all year, and I think a lot of it is the guy in charge is telling them to go in the wrong positions, and just the scheme is wrong. You can outplay your scheme, but if you're being told one thing, and like there was a huge difference from this game in the first game. Justin Jefferson was never covered by Ja at all. He goes 9 for $182 and 2 touchdowns. Tonight, he spiked his helmet. He almost cracked the ref's back. Huge difference between what happened then and what happened now. Huge difference. Get through some of these comments. Jerry says, we are going to bury the Lions. Hey, we haven't won anything yet. I understand that, but I'm very excited. Jake says we need to hear from Toby. At some point, we got to hear from Toby. Toby's Washington Commanders, close enough, lose a game to the Browns, open the door for us, and they would not stop playing Carson Wentz. I know Heineke wasn't playing great, but Carson Wentz, you knew that was not going to work. Man, Carson Wentz, when he was good, he was a top 3 quarterback in the league for a little bit there. Then he has his injuries, and the Commanders still trying to go back for that. By the way, what's the mascot's name, everyone? The Hoggy Tutty or Major Tutty, the pig? I like it. I like the mascot. Austin and his makeshift Christmas tree. You can take that down now, buddy.
Hey, Bart.
What's up?
Hey, man. I remember talking to you after that Bears win.
Yeah, which that's funny. The way the season's gone, I barely watched that game. I was watching England play soccer.
All right.
I suck.
So I agreed with you all the way when we were 4-8. I hated the people cheering for draft picks and for losses.
No, I did never do that. I never cheered for draft picks, which probably makes me worse.
Hey, man,
cheered against Rodgers.
I'm not saying you.
I just want to clear myself up as, people are, everyone's like trying to shuttle onto the bandwagon now. And people are like, oh, no, Winkler can't come on. You fucking idiots. Not only am I going to take a different way, I'm going to kick the driver of this bandwagon out, and I'm going to drive this thing to Phoenix or wherever the hell the Super Bowl is. Not only am I coming back onto this team and coming on the bandwagon, I am going to be the driver of the bandwagon. So you tweet at me, you say, oh, Bart, why can't you root for the Packers? I'm rooting for the Packers now. It was always in me. I just had to get through this exterior.
All right, dude, you gotta get the snowblower out and just start like you did with the ladders. Or no, you're going to do with the ladders like you did with the chairs. Just, you got to start snow plowing driveways. Because the Packers are plowing our way through Detroit, and it is fucking go time.
There's no snow on the ground.
It will be.
Oh. How you doing otherwise?
I'm good, dude. I don't know. I might have missed out on this one.
No.
Okay, so Packers wise, this was one of the performances against a team that has won 11 games by one score games, and our defense absolutely fucking walloped them. Was a great fucking game. All right, there's a cat. Dude, just cut me off.
Yeah, I think
I think that our defense, this was the game when you were talking all offseason up until August. This was the one you would call your dad about and be like, this.
The last three games, they came to defensively, they came alive against Miami, and then the Rams, they played really well against them. But tonight, and I think that's where a lot of people are like, this is a Packers team. Look, we didn't need Rodgers to do too much. Rodgers tonight, 15-24, $159 a touchdown. Okay. We gave the ball to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. We let A.J. Dillon get the heavy yards that he needed to. We let Aaron Jones scamper for 8 yards a carry. We had Alan Lazard as a safety guy. Watson didn't get utilized as much tonight. They tried to. He either overthrew him or there was maybe pass interference calls that weren't. Dubs got involved. Tunyon's been missing all season. He finally got involved. He had a touchdown. The defense created turnovers. The special teams didn't suck. And when the special teams blew it right away with that block punt and Levitt picks it up and tries to run for a 40-yard first down, okay, that didn't work because then the defense is there to bail them out with that big stop. And then the special teams gives you a nice kickoff return. So it was everything that we thought the potential of this team could be, we didn't see until week 17. And now that we saw it, it is glorious. And I don't know yet how they're going to do against the Lions. I haven't thought that far ahead, but this is certainly a team that, everyone's saying, well, if they get in the playoffs, this is a team that no one's going to want to face. I don't know. I don't think that anyone's going to want to face anyone. Like, I don't want to see the Niners. They're good. I don't want to see the Cowboys. I don't want to see Minnesota again. Maybe the Giants, but they beat us. I don't want to see the Eagles. Jalen Hurts runs for 150. I mean, Kirk Cousins running all over our ass too. I don't want to see anybody. But the Packers are at least going to be in the conversation of, well, it's not going to be an easy out. So I don't know what their best potential is. This has been a weird year, weirder than the Super Bowl year. It's just been a weird year. I don't know how far they go. I don't know if their season ends on Sunday, but this was finally what we thought they could be. And so I think while we didn't clinch anything yet, I think that's why a lot of people are so happy.
Bart, do you remember when you said last year, who has more fun? A Packers fan when they're 13-3, or maybe an Arizona Cardinals fan when they're 7-5? What do you think about this year and it being more fun?
This year absolutely was ass. This year was terrible. This year was some of the worst. I mean, it was terrible. But
so
now,
wouldn't you rather always be 13-3 then?
No.
No.
Well, no.
What are you talking about?
I'd rather be us right now than the Vikings. I'd rather be us than the Vikings.
Why?
Because the Vikings,
what are you talking about?
Because now, okay.
You don't
so
want
now,
to walk into work fighting
this makes sense if you let me make it. Makes sense.
All right.
Now we have nothing to lose.
We have everything to lose. We have to win to get in. But isn't that what makes it more fun?
It's only fun when you win.
Hopium. I like opium myself, but opium works too.
Let's see.
Is that the Sean O'Connell?
If there's Sean O'Connell on YouTube says the Sean O'Connell.
Can he get on one of these?
You're either very drunk or today is when you learn the English language. Today.
I'm just so elated.
All right, Austin. I'm gonna let you go
All
be
right, buddy,
elated.
cut me.
Hey, if you're still coherent after the Bucks game, I'll be back on.
You got it, Barty.
See ya.
Dude, you're the best.
Dustin says you are ready for the nighttime gummies. I don't think he needs them. Happy Place Hemp, though, if you're in the gummy department, I'll take one tonight. The CBD, CBN. Very good. Happy Place Hemp, happyplacehemp.com. You can go there. Use the promo code BART, 25% off every order. So I've been talking about these guys. They were immediately when the podcast started, they're like, let's go, let's do it. I think Chris was at the game today. Chris and Rob, the two guys there. You can stop in and see them. I'm very excited. The promo code is BART. You get 25% off every order. We're talking all the different, the lip balm my mom uses, the gummies, different products there, the little spray for Tim's brother's dog. Adam says, I recommend the Delta 9s. I have sort of gravitated from the nighttime gummies. They're just the old Delta 8 does the trick. Yeah, that's maybe on the Bucks one. We'll be done Delta 8 Street on that one. But check them out. Happy Place Hemp. Promo code is BART. 25% off every order. Can't thank them enough for being here and for helping a lot of people, relax, enjoy. Hey, it's 2023, man. Let's enjoy it. We're always fighting about everything. Oh, you said this about them. You said you were going to eat that. Let's just be kumbaya, man. Let's just be together. Let's just all get in a circle and share gummies. Q, who we talked to earlier, is at the game. So many Favre Vikings jerseys today. I actually just made a big donation. So some of the other Favre toys I had, I looked on eBay. You can't sell any Favre shit right now. So I donated them to Goodwill, which they're very stringent. Like, don't donate trash to us, because a lot of people just donate trash. If you want to pick up these Favre toys, they're going to be at the Goodwill on Capitol and like Holton. That's where I'll go. By the Walmart, by TMJ. I'll drop those off on Tuesday, because there will also be a Favre Jets jersey. I did buy one. Not back then, but there was a thrift store in Shorewood before they went out of business. They had a Favre Jets jersey for $20, and I must have been on some Delta 9s because I thought that was a really good deal. So I bought it, have never worn it, and finally was doing some cleaning out this week and going to donate that to Goodwill. It almost looks like a Packer jersey because it's green, but I'm just getting all the Favre stuff out of my house. So if you want that, that's the Goodwill that they will be at. Favre probably will come and steal his own stuff. Right. It's Rocket Sauce says Vikings suck. How great was it that this was against the Vikings? And they really, 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 really do not like the word fraud. My guy, Peter Bukowski, Locked On Packers. I need to learn a thing or two from this guy. He has found a way to be the center of Packers Twitter essentially every week. Here I am trying to be like, oh, I don't root for the Packers because I don't like Rodgers. I was like, Bart, shut up. Pete is calling the Vikings fraud, doing like a research project on them, getting Vikings fans to try to destroy them. Pete's fighting with John Kuhn. Pete's fighting with Kirk Benkert. And he's always everywhere. I gotta learn from him. But the Viking stuff is true. And the reason they don't like being called frauds is the same reason I don't like when you guys say, when I'm up late at night tweeting, go to bed, Bart, have another drink. Because the truth hurts. That's why the truth hurts. So you tell them you're frauds. No, we're not. They are. This Vikings team's not going to win a Super Bowl. And will the Packers win a Super Bowl? They'll say, well, you weren't either. Look, our season's been a disaster. How did we even get to this point? It's much more embarrassing that you came here with a chance at the 1 seed and lost by 4 scores than it is that we are 8-8. Your thing is more embarrassing because you won in a lot of these ways where there were missed field goals, there were penalties, there were blown leads, but Vikings fans just couldn't admit, yeah, I mean, some of this is a little lucky. We're 12-3. We maybe deserve to be like 8-8, but we're going to enjoy it while we can because it's fun. It's fun to win. That's what they could have easily said. But instead, you go frauds, and they're like, no, fraud. We're not a fraud. We got our third quarter FPI is all this shit. They're no better than us. In fact, they might be worse. They're a football team with talented players that also has a terrible defensive coordinator. They're no better than us. And now they actually might be worse. So Vikings fans are absolutely, the team is absolutely fraudulent. And so if they say to us, well, you're not going to win a Super Bowl either. No one's saying we are. You say you are. But you're not because you're frauds. And it's okay to be frauds. It's okay to be frauds and win. It's failing upwards. Everyone does it. But you are frauds. Absolute frauds. Q again. Worst fans in the league, can't stand them. Adam, nobody in the NFC is unbeatable. Who do I like in the NFC at this point? The Eagles, but they've been with Gardner Minshew. So the Eagles are going to get everyone's going to pick the Niners. Everyone's going to pick the Niners, and maybe deservedly so. Christian McCaffrey, Debo coming back, Kittle. No one thinks about Kittle. Ayuk is great. Remember, we wanted him. So nobody thinks about the Niners, or nobody. Everyone's going to take the Niners. I still like the Cowboys when they get their shit together. I think they are a very good football team. They can run. CeeDee Lamb is as good as anybody. Dak can be a two-way guy, dual threat guy. Their defense is really good. They can play good special teams. Turpin, their kicker, whatever. So I still like the Cowboys out of the NFC if I'm not going to homer pick the Packers. I will, out of spite, not take the Niners. I will give more credence to the Eagles. The Buccaneers shouldn't have won that game today. They shouldn't be 8-8. Brady finally had the Brady game I was hoping for. Didn't win that much money. Played a smaller contest. Stupid, dumbass me. The name is Dumas. So but you can never count. You just can't. With Brady, you can never count them out. You just can never count them out. I have to take this hat off because the fabric on this wool hat looks exactly like my eyebrows. So you can never count them out. Let's see. Shane says the Packers are good. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. That is a good question. Are the Packers good? Are they good? I mean, today they look good. That was a good team. They could run. Rodgers did what he needed to. They've got reliable pass catchers, I thought. The defense was great. I don't count any of the stuff at the end. Who does? It should be your stats should not count when Nick Mullins throws touchdowns against you. That just should not count in your defensive stats at all. Paul says, even if Rodgers wins the Super Bowl, I'll still hate his guts, but I want him to be my QB next year. Some of you say, Bart, don't root against one guy. Root for the other 52. Good. Larry says, hell yeah, Bart, come all over that bandwagon. I'm coming. Chuck says Bart gets a ring. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Just seeing if there's any more comments I didn't get to. Thanks again to Zach. Gonna get some golden chicken on you. Thanks, buddy. Got the mini tacos there. Got the chicken wings. Got the pizza. Maybe get some French fries. Appreciate that. Shane says, F the Niners. What am I missing here? They have Purdy. We have Rodgers. People like the Niners and the Celtics are two teams that can give you reasons to not believe in them, but people will always believe in them because of how talented the main guys are, Brown and Tatum. And then, but then a lot of the credit does go to Shanahan. Shanahan is a good coach. He's not as good as he gets credit for. But if you look at some of these other people in this league, there's a lot of idiots coaching. Jake says if they were to play a team with a mobile quarterback, Quay Walker is an X factor this team didn't have last year. I suppose Jalen Hurts, though, did run all over us. I'd have to see how Quay did in that game. Also, Kirk Cousins had a lot of space to run all over us, too. I just want to see if there's any scheduling news. Has the NFL come out? If you guys know in the comments, you can help me out on that. I don't think the NFL has scheduled yet. By the time this is posted on audio, we'll probably know when the Packers play, and I'll talk more about that on Tuesday's show. But I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Saturday and all that stuff. We'll probably find out. I thought we'd find out by the time I was talking here, but they said we might not find out till tomorrow. Justin Jefferson in this game tonight. 1 reception, 15 yards. 5 targets. They're going to be feeling good. Look, Jair took a risk. Jair really pissed me off a lot this year. Jair took a risk. He came out and said it was a fluke. Jefferson's week 1 game. He had a reason to say that. He wasn't on him. And then right away in the game, he's doing the gritty on him. And then he completely shuts him down. And that's just going to make that defense get more confidence. This defense against Detroit next week, I don't know how the game's going to go, but I would expect the defense to put out a number, to put out a showing. Because they're pumped up. They are pumped up. They're a turnover factory right now. Even if it's not tip balls, Kenny Clark's play, man, just bitch slaps it out of his hands. This defense is going to be fired up, and I think that's awesome. Tom says, I joined the Dunn Club a couple months ago, not to the extreme from Matt in the Falls, but it kind of felt that way. Now I'm excited for the playoffs. Better not ruin it with the loss of Detroit. It doesn't matter what we said when we said it. It matters what we say now. And is this me getting an excuse out of trying to talk my way out of it? But I don't give a shit. I'm riding this bandwagon high. Packers beat the Vikings. We are pumped up. You are pumped up. I would welcome you to, after this podcast, listen to all the other fine Green Bay, Milwaukee radio shows. Give them your G-Force. Make sure it's my guy Grant Bills from 4 to 6 across the state. But get pumped up. We got a big game this week against Detroit, whenever the hell it is. This is the Monday show. Tuesday's show, I'm going to tape Sunday night after the Bucks play. It'll be a more Bucks one. That'll be a chunk of it. And then before Tuesday's show post, I'll add some voicemails, some Carl's Place voicemails, carlofet.com for the golf simulators. You can check them out and leave voicemails, 402-915-BART. You can leave voicemails, 402-915-BART. And then I'll get those, like I would hope I get one from John and Franklin, some other ones, some that I haven't played yet, and I'll play those, and then I'll be a part of Tuesday's show, plus the latest on the Packers, when they play, what the schedule looks like. Want to talk about the college football playoffs. Insane how it ended as the year hit 2023. A great slate of games. So that was exciting. And more on that. And then Bucks. I went to the game on Friday. We sat in a suite. My friend got it together, and we all paid accordingly. But we sat in a suite that I didn't know existed. So I want to talk about that a little bit. And then Drew hasn't played in a while. Chris hasn't played in a while. No Giannis on Sunday. So how did it go without the young guys or with the young guys? So I want to talk about all that, but I'll give that its own show on Tuesday. If you are watching this right now or even listening, well, if you're listening to this, then the Bucks part is on YouTube. You can figure it out. So thanks again. Packers get a big win. I take back everything I ever said if it was negative, and I'm only talking positive from here on out. And I like the Lions to win this weekend. See ya. I'm kidding. I like the Packers. And if you're on YouTube, I will be back on YouTube tonight after the Bucks. So I'm going to go watch that. Have a good one.